Dragon Ball Z is nothing special. Now let me expand on it and tell you why I think that. I'm a 90s kid, and you can ask any 90s kid, and they will point you towards either Dragon Ball, Yu Gi Oh! Actually, not Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Yu Gi Oh! And Pokemon to say that, oh, this was my entry or the gateway to anime. I'm gonna say no, it was not. Neither of them. I didn't like Pokemon. Well, when they expanded it to more than 150 Pokemons, I hated it. I haven't followed it. I don't like any other property related to Pokemon. And since Digimon was already in the air that, hey, it drawed inspiration from Pokemon, I didn't watch Digimon 2. Other anime series on the time that were on the TV were Inazuma 11. Well, I'm not into football, I'm a fat flub, so no, I don't like it. And there were some comedy series like Ninja Hattori, Shin-chan. Shin-chan is still legendary. And Kochikame. I really like Kochikame. Kochikame is amazing. That's the anime series when I knew I had feelings for a cartoon character, and you can quote me on that. But the other one, which had an action sequence or a moment where I can pump up my fists and be like, yes, this is action, and I want it because I have a bland, stupid life where I go to school, come back, do homework, and go back to the bed. I needed something that can take me out. It's an escapist fantasy through and through. But the words escapist fantasy can be used for another series, or oh, sorry, another genre which is still prevalent right now and is going in full force, and that is isekai. Isekai means another world, and simple example, as a lot of people like to quote, is Sword Art Online. I don't think it's an isekai, but I don't give too much of a shit about it. But it's a escapist fantasy through and through. So Dragon Ball Z is something that I grew up with. I had a nostalgia of, attached to it, and I never thought that I would be able to review it. And this is not a review. Please, uh, don't think this is a review. It's not. It's only a discussion that Dragon Ball Z, if we see it from an objective eye, it's nothing special. Let's go with the story. Now, the books are written by the legendary author Akira Toriyama. Its artist is somebody else. It's the Death Note or Platinum End or Bakuman series, where it's written by a person and it's drawn by another person. So that actually was a shocker to me when I first heard it or first learned it, but it is what it is. I just don't care about it. Now Akira Toriyama did give I mean that's how it's supposed to be, and he did give the character models and the colors, and he had I know I know significant input to the characters, but the story was all his. That's the pace it moved towards, and the story. Let me tell you, boy, the story sucked ass. Now the story is very basic, and you can just replace it with other battle shonen anime. It has nothing special to hold off, and I can put it in a pocket with Naruto easily. And let me tell you one thing. I tried watching Naruto. I went in like 60 episodes, and I just couldn't give a shit about it anymore. I just quit it. So Dragon Ball Z, I actually finished it. And I'm not talking about Dragon Ball. I won't be talking about Dragon Ball which came before it. I will be talking about Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super. Why? Because Dragon Ball Z was just a second step in what came a long series. And Dragon Ball GT not so much because Akira Toriyama did not have any input in it, and it was just a cash grab. It was just riding the hype train of Dragon Ball Z. Going back to the story, it's relatively easy to know what you can expect from it. It's nothing flashy except the powers, and it's replaceable. So if you can recycle a story, I don't think it's any special. If tomorrow something comes and is almost equal to Dragon Ball Z, except it had a blind hero with a hair down protagonist, I still wouldn't give a shit because the differences are not enough for me to distinguish, and I do not have enough time in my life to give it a go. Ever since I discovered that I can just quit a show halfway through, I have been doing it to a lot of shit. Sometimes I just don't have a time for an episode and I just leave it. Sometimes I don't have enough patience to look through it, and that happened into the series with how Dumbbell Nanki no Moteru. So that's a Dumbbell anime going on right now. Another anime was Magical Senpai. I thought it could be a guilty pleasure. It wasn't. It was just another bullshit series, and I couldn't take it. And it's the same thing with Dragon Ball. I would be like, skip, skip, skip. This is an action scene. I would watch it. Skip, skip, skip. This is a transformation. Oh, this is really nice. Skip, skip, skip. And the series is over. The story is a rehash. There's one arc, and then there's another arc, and there's another arc. There are three arcs in Dragon Ball Z. If you see it as a villain arc, like there's a Frieza arc, there's a Cell arc, and there's a Boo arc. My favorite is the Boo arc, and you can quote me on that, and I will fight anybody because Boo goes into more changes and more development than Frieza, because Frieza, even after so many years, has the same motivation to kill Goku and the company, and probably get some, and probably he gets some chance to fondle some Dragon Balls. But Dragon Ball, let's go with the arc one. It's it started strong, when he comes to Master Roshi's apartment and be like, "Hey, this is my son." So it started good. I really liked that. Then it went into the battle with the Raditz. I'd probably call him Radish because I really like that. So, and Piccolo, Raditz, and Goku dying, it started strong. Let me tell you. But then they replaced the protagonist, and Piccolo and Gohan, they started doing shit, and then they went to Namek because there's a guy called Frieza who's coming to destroy and whatever. And then Goku, while being dead, goes there and he's alive again. I don't remember. It's a lot of fuzzy feelings because that's what you remember when you watch a battle shonen. You remember certain aspects, you run with it, and then you're like, okay, sure. He goes there, he gets a Super Saiyan transformation, and the longest 5 minutes start in the biggest time lapse or time abuse of the anime starts with this section of the anime. It goes in the battle, and Goku defeats Vegeta. Hallelujah! Who would have seen that? Okay, whatever. Another another arc starts. People come from another planet. Uh, Most of the time, this time actually nobody came from the planet. I don't think so. I don't think anybody came from another planet except for the people who were already there, like Piccolo. Uh, Vegeta came and he became a mainstay. That was really nice. Cell, Doctor, that fucking stupid doctor who devoted his fucking life to red ribbon shit. He made some androids, they came through, and then Cell came, and then he took them off and became a supreme being. Hey, that's a good title for Cell, Supreme Being. And Cell Game started. Now let me tell you one thing. It's the same thing. It's the same Frieza arc. The characters are the same. The villain has changed. The villain goes through a lot of transformations so that he can be a supreme one. And same does with Frieza. He goes through his four transformations. The third one sucked, and he comes a supreme being. He has some lackeys. In this case, are much more attractive Android 17 and 18. In the Frieza saga, there was the Ginyu Force. They had some troubles. Another guy goes through transformation, this time Vegeta being Super Saiyan 1 and Gohan being a Super Saiyan Amazing. They go in there, they fight Frieza, and a new transformed guy beat him. Okay, sure, I'll take it. It's good. Cell games are over and the tournament starts. I think that's how it goes. Yes, it does go like that. The world tournament starts. Goku is still dead. They come from the dead, and the longest a day starts. Like let me say, from sunrise to like the evening, it starts like that. They starts during the it start during the day. The competition is going strong, and some people, some aliens, I think an expired Yoda. He's just trying to revive a guy called Boo. He's a fat motherfucker. He has another god of hell. I think that's his role, the god of hell or the lord of hell, who likes spitting on people. Kind of like that YouTuber who spat on dog. Yeah, I need to rehash on that shit. So he goes in there, they get him. Okay, another villain comes up. They lure Vegeta. He has a stupid M tattoo on his forehead. Stupidest tat ever since Daylight got a Spawn tat. Actually, Daylight do look good, but that's the stupidest tat ever in the game. Nobody can top that. Please, nobody attempt to top that, please. He goes in, and internal conflict starts. Uh, Vegeta sacrifices himself for his Bulma. That his Bulma moment, I know it comes later, but it's nice to whatever. They go and they discover that Boo is too much. He transforms Goku. And when I say he transforms into Super Saiyan 3. Discovers, and it came out of nowhere. It's impressive. Let me tell you, another yellow-haired motherfucker with no eyebrows. I tell you, I like it. And he transformed into Super Saiyan 3 out of nowhere. He got it training from fucking True Jordy. I don't know. And he learns and he teaches. Sorry about that. He teaches the two children, Goten and Trunks, about fusion. They do their fusion stupidly, and they fight Boo. It can't happen. They go in hyperbolic time chamber to have their sex, and then they come back buffed. It's a reverse of a sex because when they do that, they have a lot of power. I don't know what's going on. I'm invested. I like it. As I said, Boo arc is my favorite arc. Boo goes into a lot of different transformations. He absorbs a lot of warriors, and then Gohan gets blessed with the sword that he breaks in like 2 seconds. Goku, because he's a dumb fuck, actually helps in breaking that sword, which scares the bejesus out of this guy called the God or the Savior. Can you tell that I have not prepared for this video? I do not have to. You do not have to. If you have seen the series, you know who I'm talking about. You know who the people I'm talking about when I say he, she, or it. You exactly know what guy is there. That's the power of a generic anime with good characters. So they go over and fusion happens. They beat Boo. Well, they not beat Boo. Well, actually, they do beat Boo with the fusion. They beat him with the. Uh, they beat him with the Vegito. Yeah, they beat him with Vegito, but then he swallows him. He turns into Kid Boo, and then a universal ball of energy beats Boo. That is such a stupid idea that Mr. Hercule had to contribute to it. I just cannot absorb it. Anyway, that shit happens. It's all fun and good, and they get a new guy at the end of the arc, and that's his name is Oob. If that is not the stupidest name you have ever heard in an anime, you can get the fuck out of my face. Oob, are you stupid? And I don't think we see that guy ever, like ever again. I don't think he's in GT. He's definitely not in Super. So the story is just a rehash of three of the same arc. The three same arcs have the same transformation series, have the same characters, with the exception of a little bit because they need to get better villains. Well, let me say different villains, not better villains. Cell is not better than Vegeta. Vegeta has the most prominence because he has the most visual effects. He's simple. He's white and purple. Not white, but his skin is white in color. Like he's white as silver, and he has a touch of purple and a purple dome that I would love to whip my pistol out on. That's a battle rap bar, bitch. So there is nothing in the story that can hang me long enough to get interested. Out comes Dragon Ball GT, and it's the same fucking bullshit, except the characters sucked, the story sucked. The Android arc, I think it was a 7 episode arc, it was nice, but the Super Saiyan 4 arc shits harder than me. And I shit hard, boy. You're welcome in my toilet. Dragon Ball Super comes in. Okay, Akira Toriyama is getting involved again with this series. Toei Animation is getting involved again. So it's the old team, except it's not because it's too polished. The rough and green nature of the visuals of the first 1989 series is what made it perfect for me. If you want a beautiful, polished anime, go watch Fate. Fate has beautiful lines and characters and poised knights, but this thing does not deserve it. It needs some rough edges. That's why the Full Metal Alchemist, the 2003 series, was famous. It has, I know, the story was nice, the characters are awesome, but it had that rough edge of that time. This series is out of the time. If you go to 2018, there's a series called Dororo. Is it 2018 or 2019? I'm fucking myself over. But Dororo's color palette is so subdued and so like paused that it feels like you are living the moment. This one has bright colors, bright futures, and it's like yellow, like beautiful yellow. It's not a beautiful yellow that suits it. I know I'm bitching about something that is not even relevant, but it doesn't suit the characters that we already know. It suits Vegeta because he's out there. He deserves a blue shiny or gray shiny armor. He deserves that. Hit. He is very silent. He's an assassin. He deserves the blacks and grays that he gets. Piccolo is still fucking green. I don't have too many words to say about it. I think he's as good as the Dragon Ball Evolution Piccolo. Which doesn't mean shit, boy. Dragon Ball Super is also the same. Take the first arc, the 5 minute arc. I'm gonna say the 5 minute arc because that is aptly titled. The 5 minute arc of Frieza and put it into the universe battle arc, the last arc of Dragon Ball Super. It sucked so hard. My guy, my girlfriend doesn't suck that bad. And she doesn't know how to move her lips. I have no words for it, man. It started with the rehashing, again, the rehashing of the movies, the Resurrection F and the Battle of Gods. It's good to see additional dialogue and visuals, and we do not deserve a dancing Vegeta. Vegeta doesn't deserve a dancing Vegeta. So they did bad to you, my guy. And it goes into another time travel character arc that is impressive. Okay, I'll give it that. And then it goes into the Universe 6 arc. It goes into the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 arc. And then it goes into the Universe Battle arc. It's it's so generic. It hurts my DNA strands. And And that's about it. The story isn't impressive. Now it's going on with Dragon Ball Heroes. I haven't caught up to it. Any Liptard, that is my friend. Addy, you fucking suck, boy. He is still into Dragon Ball Heroes. He keeps on pushing me. Hey, watch this. Hey, watch this. But he doesn't know that I'm watching a better series that's called Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season. Mario Okada, you are a god. I would love to love you even more. Let's get through it. So there are battles. There are better battles shonen, 100%. But the more I watch them, the more they get bland and bland, and that's the case with My Hero Academia. I really liked the season 2.5 because I season 3 I started watching it, and season 2.5 it was nice until you know, the battle between Bakugo and Midoriya. But after that, the second half, it sucked. I just don't want to watch it. I've read it in manga, so I didn't lose any sleep. I have read manga a little bit more. I have read it until the psychic girl. Yes, sorry boy, you don't know who I'm talking about, but you still know that there's a psychic girl. So psychic recovery girl, not that one. And I've read that arc. It's it's actually nice. Anything came after in which the Endeavor becomes the hero number one. It's I just tuned out. It's not good. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to read it anymore. So, going back to the Dragon Ball Z, because I don't want to talk about Dragon Ball, the story sucked ass. It's nothing good. It's nothing special. It's all familiar. Now let's go back to something that I want to talk about, and that is the Dragon Ball characters. There is a slew of characters that look similar today, especially in the isekai genre. And I don't know why it did. I didn't know why it did that. Everybody has their hair down, their blue, their black hair. Everybody has a generic body type, and they don't do anything to stand out. Given because it's a escapist fantasy and you can project yourself on that character, I get it. Because as many pictures or as many images I've seen of a Japanese schoolboy or a Japanese young person, he has his hair down in a bowl fucking cut. You need to invest in some men fashion, motherfuckers. That's me being ignorant, please forgive me. But they have the same, almost the same hairstyle and the body type, so it makes sense that every youth character or every young boy or a girl have the same kind of features so that it's easy to relate. Back in time, or even today, let's just say even today, there are some series that just go out of left wing and have some amazing character designs. I really want to make another video which is explicitly focused on character design, but it let's just say it's in the works. Dragon Ball Z has some of the most impressive character designs, right? The signature hair of Goku, Vegeta, and Krillin is unbeatable. The hairstyle of Android 18, the changing colors of Bulma's hair, and the standard beauty of what has Chi Chi, of what is Chi Chi's hair. I'm sorry, what? What am I saying? It just looks so good. It looks distinguishable. And nowadays, sure, every woman or every female character gets special color or special design, but it doesn't has to be like that. Go to go to Black Lagoon. Revi, Balalaika, and let's just say Roberta. Although we don't see a lot of Roberta's hair, they have a. I think they have the same template, but they just have enough differences to make them work. In Dragon Ball Z, that's not the case, and I like it. They don't have the same template. They're different, and Bulma, being a rich uh, Stephanie McMahon of her time, She has ability to change her hair again and again, and that's good. But transfer that shit to your son. Trunks, you are a fucking ugly motherfucker. Nothing to talk about in the Goku family because they have almost the same except Gohan, but okay, Gohan goes more into Vegeta style, like a bootlegged Vegeta, so sure. The power ups, let's go with the power ups because I can talk about character design a lot and I can talk it for a long, long time because it's just so good. But let's go with the power ups. The same energy beams, but with a different color and different intensity. I think it transfers the message more into a manga format than into an anime format, right? When you see two beams clash with different colors and a single ball forms in front of them, or sorry, in the middle of them, okay, that's okay for me. That's why I like My Hero Academia because it has different variations of powers, and there hasn't been a clash of beams, not to my knowledge. If there has been, please let me know. I'm sorry about that. But the power ups are almost the same with Goku and Vegeta, and it's nothing special to me. What is special to me is their melee attacks. His da 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 fights are much more impressive. Even though the scenes are repeated, it gives it a sense of urgency, a sense of violence, and a sense of power when two people are duking it out with nothing but their bare fists. That is commendable. If we go into the attire, again, going a little bit into the Dragon Ball, if we go into the attire of characters, the repetition of characters, it does happen in the Vegeta arc because they have the same armor, and that is a little bit forgivable. I don't think it's a big deal, and that is I can say it's good because an army, like when you think of an army, they have the same uniform. It doesn't travel off to the to the cell arc, which is good, but it does bug me that the elder or the gods of the Buu arc, they have the same. 1,000-year-old guy trapped into a sword has the same fashion sense as the god of today. I know they're timeless. I know they're young. I know they have like 1,000 or 2,000 years of life, but why do they have the same clothes? So that never made sense to me. I think the character design or anything that comes with an individuality of a character has to be different enough from itself, like from the series to series. Of course, it has to be different. I can definitely say that the color palette for Naruto's, let's say, jersey to Goku's gi is the same, but it's different enough for me to forgive it. Oh yeah, let me forgive it with the guy with no subscribers and a 40 ass minute video. I think this is gonna push the half an hour mark, but it's yeah. I'm self-loathing myself. I'm sorry about it. So in the end, Dragon Ball Z is nothing special. Go watch Naruto. Go watch fucking Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter. I've heard Hunter x Hunter is good, but I can't say that. I haven't watched Hunter x Hunter enough. Go watch fucking Fairy Tail, even though a lot of people have shat on it. I don't have too many words for it. Go watch Seven Deadly Sins because it's the same shit. Seven Deadly Sins is generic in its own way. Now, if you want to watch something that has a real close line to it, but is definitely different, go watch Assassination Classroom. It starts off like a battle shonen. I don't know if it goes into that. I mean, I don't think it qualifies. I don't think it qualifies in the battle shonen bracket. It does have battle. It has a lot of shonen and shoujos, which mean young boys and young girls. And the storyline doesn't suck. It's not repetitive. The villains are nice, and the color palette really is likable. I don't think having a middle schooler with a red hair and a blue hair is acceptable or actually makes sense, but what do I know? Alright, people, that was just a little bit of rant. It's unedited. I'm not gonna put any effort into it because why would I? Let me get some constructive criticism and I'll probably learn my lessons from there. This has been my guy. What am I saying? This has been me, HP Podcast, and and I welcome you to the second segment of my podcast, and that is the YouTube channel of the day. That is CDTV the G. It has like 81K subs. He's a music reaction channel. You should go watch it because his reactions are highly edited. He has a face cam, and you can see his ugly mug. He has good criticism to it, and that's it. He's a young kid. Go watch him. Go show him some love. He has some content that I really like. I regularly watch him. I am always up to date with what he is going to put out. So go watch CDTV the G. The link is in the description below. Go follow me on the Twitter. That's at Rishabh RISHABH underscore SSW. That's me. You will see my handle as Opinion Human. Actually, Opinion Human. So go see my Twitter. Subscribe to my channel. I'm only going to ask you subscribers until I can monetize my videos. You will not hear it once I'm able to do so. And now we enter the third segment, and that is the music of the day, or let's just say the song of the day, and that is Tonic Water by Mowgli. The link is going to be in the description below. I don't think it's an official release, but hey, you gotta get it from wherever you want. The Mowgli's song Tonic Water is just a feel good, repetitive hook, beat. I'm just throwing out musical terms. It's very peaceful, let me just say that. It's such a chill listen when you're alone on a balcony having a beer in the middle of the night and you have your headphones on and you don't want to talk to nobody. You just have yourself and you want to chill it by yourself. So listen to Mowgli's Tonic Water. I will have my link in the description below. Again, forgive me, but this is a podcast that I don't know where I'm taking. I'm just making content just because. If you want me to take it into any other direction, let me know. Subscribe it again and follow me on Twitter. I need more Twitters. I need more Twitter followers. All right. This has been HP Podcast, and I will see you never